If you hold Arcblock, the next few weeks are going to be absolutely crucial. Looking at the market right now, we are definitely experiencing a lot of volatility, right? We are just one day away from the Bitcoin halving, and no one knows what Bitcoin is going to do at these levels, right? It could definitely make another move downward, and if that's the case, then a lot of your altcoins are going to see more volatility in the weeks coming forward. And Arcblock may very well be one of these altcoins that does another drop of maybe 10-20%. Now I'm asking you, can you handle another drop in your altcoins? Can you handle another 10-20% drop? Because the next zone for Arcblock is going to be this 130 to 160 zone. If Bitcoin does another flash crash to 55,000, then Arcblock could very well see a drop to this consolidation zone right here, right? This very strong support zone that we've had for the last 2 months now, of 138 to 160, right? Arcblock can very well retest that zone. Now, I'm asking you, are you ready for that? Are you ready for your portfolio to drop another 10-20%? I made a poll a few days ago when we had that massive Bitcoin flash crash due to the war, and it looks like a majority of you are either buying the dip or you want to buy the dip, but you're out of dry powder. Hey, I've been there before, it sucks, but we have to get through it. Now, at the end of the day, there's no correct answer to this poll. I would say all three of these answers are correct. You absolutely need to stay emotionless in this market, and you need to train your brain to not get emotional and sell on red days. That is the only incorrect answer. If you get scared and sell, and if you see, Bitcoin drop, if you see all of your altcoins drop, if you see your entire portfolio drop and you sell, that is the only wrong answer. You need to train your brain to not think that way, right? When we see volatility, when we see uncertainty, our immediate gut instinct is to protect our funds, right? Sell everything back into USDC and just wait it out, right? That is a lot of our initial instincts, right? We hate seeing red days, but you need to train your brain to think otherwise. And I'm saying this because we very well might see more and more red days coming after the Bitcoin halving, right? We're seeing more and more volatility. We're seeing geopolitical tensions rise, but we're seeing all of this in the midst of a bull run, right? Which tells me that this is just a correction. This is a small setback to much, much greater heights that we're eventually going to reach in the future. If you get scared and sell on these red days, then I really don't know what to tell you. You're not going to make it. You have to be able to train your brain to stay emotionless in these red days. Now, going back to Arcblock, we could very well see more red days like this, right? We could see Arcblock drop all the way down to 130. I don't see it really breaking this zone. There's a possibility it could go to $1, but that's pretty low in my opinion. I believe we're going to stay in this range, even if Bitcoin drops to like 50K. But with that in mind, right, you have to realize the bigger picture. For Arcblock, I think it's easily a $10 to $40 coin. And all of this price action right now does not matter in the long run whatsoever, right? It doesn't really matter if you pick up Arcblock at $150 or $2 or $250 if you really see the vision in this project. So be prepared for red days, but also be prepared for the future when it eventually goes green as well. You want to train your brain to not get scared during red days and to not get overconfident during green days. Right now, what is happening is a lot of manipulation, right? Over the past few days, we've seen Bitcoin start to recover, right? It recovered all the way to that 63K, 64K range. And just a few hours ago, boom, drop back down, touched 59K, and now we bounce back to 61K, right? This is a lot of manipulation from big investors, right? From hedge funds. People want to shake out weak hands, right? These large institutions, they want to shake out all of these weak hands that eventually are going to buy much, much higher. They want to completely flush out the market, right? Flush out a lot of those longs, a lot of people that are leveraged too heavily. We could even see more and more selling as the days progress. And whenever you see a drop in Bitcoin, right? When Bitcoin drops $2,000, which is maybe like that's like 3%, 2%, all of your altcoins are going to drop another 5 to 10%. That's just how the game is. That's the game of altcoins that we investors play. And that's also why I think it's important to have some Bitcoin in your portfolio as well. Bitcoin makes up 30% of my portfolio, right? That can seem like a lot to a lot of you guys, right, who want those 5x, 10x, 20x altcoins, right? Because Bitcoin is not going to do a 20x. It's going to do, in my opinion, a 2x, 3x max from these prices, right? I don't really see Bitcoin going above 200K in this bull run. I can easily see it going and topping off around 120, 150K. But the point is, you still want to have some Bitcoin in your portfolio to have those guaranteed gains, right? If every single crypto fails, right, Bitcoin will be the last crypto to fail. All of these altcoins that we are very bullish on, right? Even things like Caspa, Arcblock, Aerodrome, all these altcoins that are very, very fundamentally sound, at the end of the day, they're still an altcoin, right? They're still a very, very small piece of the entire crypto pie. So they are much more prone to seeing a lot more volatility than something like Bitcoin. Even Arcblock, something I'm very, very bullish on, right? Something that hits all the narratives, it hits all the right tokenomics, something like this that's still so fundamentally sound and it's been outperforming the market, right? There's still a risk to it. You have to understand that there is still a risk in all these assets, right? Even though I am bullish on it, I'm still very aware of the fact, right, that I have my money in a very volatile asset, and that's what you guys need to understand. And you need to understand that these altcoins are going to drop much faster than Bitcoin. Just today, I've gotten multiple comments on a lot of my videos. Some videos I made on Aerodrome, some videos I made on Caspa, of people panicking, right? They're saying, why are you so bullish on it? It just dropped today. It keeps crashing. Stop making videos saying how bullish it is. You're wrong. Why is it crashing? You said it was bullish and then it crashed. I see so many of these comments on my videos. It's actually insane. Usually I kind of just ignore them because I know those are the people that are not going to make it in today's market. They're going to be flushed out and they're eventually going to sell at these bottoms and they're going to buy in much higher. That's just how it is. That's how the cycle always is. And you just have to be smart, guys. You have to be smart with your money. Do not panic. Do not panic sell. Do not get flushed out by these dips. And like I said, you don't have to buy these dips, right? We're going to get another dip. I'm probably going to put out another poll later on, but I'm going to expect kind of similar answers, right? Some people are going to say, yes, I'm buying the dip. Some people are going to say, no, I'm not buying the dip. Some people are out of money, right? All three of these, it's up to you. It's completely up to you. But I think, all three of these situations are correct, right? Some people just don't want to buy the dip because they already have a very large position in that project. That's completely fair. Some of my projects like Caspa, right? I'm not really buying the dips anymore because I already have a very large allocation in my portfolio, and I think I don't want to add more and more allocation of Caspa. Even though I'm bullish on that project, I want to allocate those funds elsewhere. Same thing with buying the dips, right? I've bought a lot of dips on Aerodrome recently because it's one of my most bullish projects, as you guys know. So right now at that 150 range, I think it's a pretty good opportunity. Of course, I would hold out a little bit just to see what Bitcoin does, but I could easily see Aerodrome even dropping a little bit more, and that's just another great opportunity to pick up some more cheap Aerodrome. And out of money, I'm currently, I still have some dry powder left, fortunately, but I've definitely been there. I've done that. Last cycle in 2020, I definitely did not have the most amount of dry powder to invest. So a lot of times I was caught, having these large dips and not being able to DCA into those large dips. I have a stable full-time job now that pays me pretty well, so I'm able to have a lot of dry powder left over. And that's one thing I want to talk about too. Like during these times of volatility, right? Do everything you possibly can to get more and more income, to earn more and more income, not only to invest, but also I think, in general, you should strive to maximize your potential income, whether that be creating a side hustle, creating a YouTube channel like I have, anything to just get extra income. You should do everything that you can, especially in the midst of a bull run, because you never know when that dry powder is going to come in handy. Last cycle in 2020 and 2021, cryptocurrency was like 80% of my net worth. And now cryptocurrency is only like 30% of my net worth because I've had the opportunity to work in a full-time job, right? I've been grinding. I've been earning extra income to be able to put and stash away in the savings accounts, in the stock market, and really diversify my investments. Never want cryptocurrency to be like 100% of your portfolio. I think that is kind of silly in my opinion. But everyone's different. Everyone's situation is different. If you're very young, if you don't have that much money, then maybe it could be worth it to take a little bit more risk. But in my opinion, yeah, you have to stay very patient and very unemotional during this time right now that we're experiencing. So that's going to be it for the video. Let me know if you're still bullish on Arcblock. Let me know what other projects you're still bullish on. Let me know your predictions on what's going to happen after the halving, right? Do you think Bitcoin's going to immediately drop, right? Do you think we're going to see another flash crash? Or do you think we're going to see a reversal and you think we're going to hit newer all-time highs for your altcoins and for Bitcoin? That's going to be it for the video. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.